It's Madden NFL 23. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Vikings and the reigning NFC champs. And it's all up.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. On 1st and 10, Richards.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up those downs, and you tend to start when you do that.
Third play here in this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Richards. Being chased out left.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
They came to this with the winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And that's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown with their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So the Bucs now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Fournette is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Just power of football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Jose Borregales for the extra point.
And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Ready, play.
Wilson with a first down carry. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Richards. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bradley. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
This defense for the Buccaneers, they really played well a week ago when they were over the Jets.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver? Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Out of the pistol. It's Fournette.
Down to the 41.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? You can have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I think this is a route we'll see more as this game goes out, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space. Drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it worked. for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. It's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the gun, Fournette. They find some open field here. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
The Bucs sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On play action, they'll throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stat shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all total. And it's It's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Second down, this is Wilson. Gets by him at the 25. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Down to the 42, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Fournette, a first down carry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Again, it's Fournette. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Borregales now on for the point after. And it's 21-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Back to the air on second down. Richards, complete. Jefferson the target. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Richards. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson, and a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker with the back still and run. Good work to pick up 7 yards there, and it gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man to the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it makes the score 21-10. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Vikings head out to take over once again. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Richards. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Just dropping a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. The incompletions on the first 2 throws has a number of left. They're trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd and 9 to get the momentum going again.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll try and start this drive in the air. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Brian Asamoah. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw again. This is caught by Evans. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Here we go. Hot 70, hot 70.
They'll throw now on the final play toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. And his kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He completes it to Evans. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
They're going to look to throw.
This one taken in by Otten. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and the Buccaneers are going to have a first down. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, the decision paid off indeed. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Leonard Fournette with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So that will be a long 11-play drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back.
He's got a man complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 68 yards.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far, but you've got to figure when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Richards. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Escaping the pressure right. Dumps it off to Fournette. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Shreds him with a stiff arm. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll set up to throw. The quick slant caught. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Chris Godwin from 6 yards away. And the Bucs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. To throw on second down. Richards able to slither by. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. You got the big lead defensively. You're willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Back to throw again. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Richards. That's complete to his running back, Wilson. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter. You look at the deficit here in the 4th, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run it again with Fournette. Running right through it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Going for Evans. but that pass is intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. An ideal beginning of the drive there is they'll get 20 and a first down. Looking to throw. Richards. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 3rd and 10. They had a big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Bradley. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And he is not going anywhere. They'll stop it for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Across the formation, he finds Godwin. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game. He's moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him now. They tend to leave him in.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 3. Read option, this is White. And they'll get him down right about the 20.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
That one looks like he'll throw here. Complete right side to Otten. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to it.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative-type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for the Buccaneers, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.